व्हाट्सअप गाइस, आज हम देखने वाले हैं मुस्लिम फॉर हिंदुत्व इलेक्शन प्रिडिक्शन विद शहजाद पूना वाला। तो बीजेपी की स्पोक्स पर्सन नहीं है, इनकी डिबेट काफी देखी हुई है हमने। तो अब आज पॉडकास्ट एंजॉय करते हैं और इसको पार्ट बाय पार्ट हम रिएक्ट करेंगे। तो देखते हैं पूरी वीडियो। चैनल तो प्लीज सब्सक्राइब, वीडियो कर दे लाइक 1 2 3 गो।
Who stopped caste census? It was Nehru. Who hailed Savarkar as great? Indira Gandhi. And Rahul has taken positions against all of his family members. I asked myself, Hashimpura, Bhagalpur, Meerut, Malyana, Delhi, Nelli, Ahmedabad, Jalgaon, Muzaffarnagar, Mumbai. These were the 10 big riots that took place, where 10 to 15,000 Muslims were and 3,500 Sikhs. In the last 7 years, any such big riot took place under Modi's watch? First of all, जितनी आबादी उतना हक. ये इनका स्टैंडर्ड है.
Yes.
They can't change from it now. 80% इस देश का कौन है?
हिंदू है.
तो फिर लगाओ. All Muslim leaders have begged to Constituent Assembly, don't give Muslim a minority tag and don't give Muslim reservation. They are offering Sanatan की समाप्ति. They are offering abusing Dwarka. They are saying Ram versus Shiv करवा दो. They are saying शक्ति के साथ हमारी लड़ाई है. भारत माता की जय बोलने के लिए भी लोग अब अग्रेसिव हो जाते हैं. भारत माता की जय बीजेपी बनाई क्या? My mother, practicing Muslim, she would never even consider wearing hijab. Rajputs and Kshatriyas and Marathas and all of those, that these people used to harass everybody. Now you never hear Rahul Gandhi say that about Nawabs and Sultans. Third year they have decided that they will give to Aam Aadmi Party. It will be happy hours for an entire year.
For the whole country.
And I think he spoke of every network except Cartoon Network. Snatching from OBC, ST and giving it to their vote bank. But एक चीज जरूर बदली है कि जो रोम करते थे वो राम करने लगे. रहो गरीबी में, रहो वहीं पे. ये बीजेपी वाले आ रहे हैं, ये RSS आ रही है, बचाएंगे हम आपको. ये हिंदू आ रहा है आपको मारने के लिए.
All right, I'm here with Shehzad Poonawalla. It's a great pleasure to finally talk to you because I've been following you for a while. We've been following your obviously viral clips for a while as well.
And I've been following your content and feelings mutual.
Oh, thank you. My God, I don't get to hear praise at home. So I have to go outside the house to hear praise. So that's nice. But it's exciting to talk to you because, you know, you're a national spokesperson for the BJP. I've been following your work for quite a long time. But I've always wanted to know, when people like you get involved in politics, growing up, what were things that were an inspiration for you or that molded your worldview when it comes to politics, culture? Like, how does a person like you get involved in politics?
You know, the essence of my entire jump into public life was the attempt to do something better for society. So that was the major part of it, the motivation of it, which I continue to retain. I mean, obviously, when you chart a political course, there are a lot of things that don't match up to your expectations. For instance, I believe that the Congress party would be the ideal vehicle for that kind of social transformation that I was looking at. But I realized, and quite a few years before many of my colleagues have realized, so even though I'm younger than them, I've been able to foresee something that they are foreseeing now. I realized that Congress wasn't the right vehicle that could engineer that social change. And as you grow, you evolve. But my worldview about what I need to see in society, about the country, etc., remains the same. And that is what drives me even today. And in fact, I must tell you that too many times we judge things very quickly. I was very quick to judge the BJP when I was growing up. Right. Frankly, think about it, the kind of environment I grew up in, the kind of surroundings. Pune and Maharashtra was essentially a very pro-Congress state to begin with. I mean, it's like the West Bengal of the Congress party, because from 1960, from the time Maharashtra state was created, right up to 2014, except for a period of 4 years, there's been a Congress government. So obviously one didn't think that the BJP could be that vehicle for social change that I thought needed to come about. So you judge too quickly, but now I realize that BJP is actually that vehicle that allows you, that platform that allows you to actually go forward and make those social changes. And it's happening. Yeah. It's happening as we speak. I mean, the last 10 years, look at the work Prime Minister has done for an entire section of people, giving them toilets, giving them housing, giving them tap water connections, ensuring that their standard of living is improved. Taking 25 crore people out of poverty. These are things that you wanted to do. And ironically, Congress reduced it to a nara, whereas Modi made it a niti.
It is interesting that you say, that the place where you grew up in, but I feel like across the country at some point, आप अगर देखो कि जिस तरह से एक political narrative था इंडिया में for nearly 70 years, हमारी educational, हमारी textbooks में, what I was taught in schools, I'm sure what you were taught in schools as well. Pop culture को देख लो, whether it's TV, it's media, it's movies. For a very long period of time, there was a very set narrative about किन्होंने देश के लिए क्या किया है और देश के लिए क्या अच्छा है, आपको किस तरह से सोचना चाहिए. It was a very clear sort of attempt to control what people think and what's right and what's wrong. And I feel like that is something that changed after 2013, after the proliferation of social media.
सोशल मीडिया ने
I
बहुत
wonder
फर्क
if that played a part in your change of thinking as well.
It did in everybody's life actually, because
Social media ने
in
बहुत-
1947 the Englishmen left, but the Anglicized thinking did not.
Right.
That perpetuated right up to 2013, 2014.
Right.
And there was a reason why the English did it. How do you control a huge section of people unless you break their spirit, unless you break their link with their civilizational heritage, unless you make them feel inferior by creating doubts and creating question marks about their legacy, about their history. And then it becomes easier to mass control a bunch of people who are living in a victim inferiority complex all the time. So therefore, the British had structured the entire education policy or the entire way they approached education in that way. They engineered their policies to basically divide and rule, and they divided us in multiple ways. And then the parties that took over after the Englishman left continued to follow those policies, and therefore we were as a society divided. We were as a society made to feel that there was nothing good in our history, that everything good came from the British or was foreign. Right. Anything good Indian was actually supposed to be question marked, laughed upon, mocked, doubted. And it was done in a very systematic way. And by the way, the congressmen did not have the wherewithal to do it, so they borrowed a lot from the left historians to actually kind of further that agenda. And today the Congress has transmutated into that entire left ecosystem, which they sought assistance from, to in fact infiltrate institutions and to infiltrate education.
Right. Yeah, it reminds me, there's a very famous Saturday Night Live sketch where they have this couple, and they tell this couple that, hey, you're like trying this coffee out for us, and this is from a very premium brand called Terrazzano. And so they drink the coffee and they're like, oh my God, this is such wonderful coffee, Italian roast, premium Italian beans, and they're just waxing lyrical about the coffee. And then they say, oh, what if we told you this is not some fancy coffee, but Nescafe? Isn't that wonderful? And then they like throw up and they start hating it. And I feel like that's how a lot of Indians used to feel. कि अगर बोलो कि ये English अंग्रेजी कॉफी है या यहाँ से लाया
तो बहुत ही हाँ.
But if you say ये देसी है, then they be like नहीं चाहिए.
That's the problem. That's the problem, that you've been made to hate everything that is yours, and it continues even today. I mean, why did we have George's Cross on our naval ensign for 70 years?
George's Cross क्यों था?
Why not celebrate Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, whose navy
बहुत
is the most feared navy, and the Maratha Navy was a very feared navy. But we never celebrated that. We look at the roads in Delhi, it's still named after so many of these invaders. And when you try to change one road from Aurangzeb Road to APJ Abdul Kalam, it becomes a debating issue. But the Westerners, when they are knocking off the statue of colonialists and imperialists, the same ecosystem here is celebrating that.
Point.
So when they are knocking down, even I think they knocked down the statue of even George Washington because he had slaves, I believe. So that is truly finding and rediscovering your real roots. But if supposing I say down with Aurangzeb and I want to actually not have my have Babar as my Adarsh but Prabhu Ram as my Adarsh, suddenly secularism is under threat. So I mean, it is just unbelievable, the eulogization of invaders. And come to think of it, just remember, recently Rahul Gandhi has spewed the same kind of diatribe where he said, I don't know if you follow this so closely, but he said in a rally that ye Raja Maharaja, obviously his referencing was towards the Indian kings, etc., Rajputs and Kshatriyas and Marathas and all of those, that these people used to harass everybody. Now you never hear Rahul Gandhi say that about Nawabs and
कभी नहीं
Sultans. They
बोला,
are
कभी
eulogizing
नहीं, बोलेगा
Mughals
भी
all the
नहीं।
time. They are saying, paying obeisance to Tipu Sultan.
जब वो वहाँ
But
जाके सर
what are you
झुकाया
saying? Are you
है,
saying Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was unjust?
Yeah.
Rani Chennamma was unjust? Rani Lakshmi Bai? Or the Cholas? Who are you targeting? So Ambedkar ji had the Rajas of Kolhapur, if I'm not mistaken, who played a very big role in his life, in shaping his career and his life. So when Rahul Gandhi says all this, I mean, it is obviously being done with a strategy.
Yeah.
It is not being, many people think that Rahul Gandhi is not a very calculative politician, or Rahul Gandhi comes off as very frivolous, which he may be, because he doesn't work hard enough on his content or on his skill sets, etc. But that doesn't make him less dangerous.
Right.
You see what he's recently said about examinations
Oh yeah.
and about who sets the paper, and then if A sets the paper, then B will not pass, and if B sets the paper, A will not pass.
ये भी बोला
Who
था
talks
उसने।
like that? I mean, in a system that should encourage meritocracy, he's trying to take India back thousands of years.
Yeah.
बहुत
It is funny because it's ironic in the sense that you joined the Congress party, and one of the big reasons for you leaving the Congress party was the appointment, or as you said, coronation
Coronation.
of Rahul Gandhi. And you saw something back then
That's right.
that a lot of people are seeing now.
Now.
As your
Ah.
ex-colleagues, I suppose, are seeing
They're
now.
becoming current
They're
colleagues
becoming now colleagues again. Are seeing now.
They are becoming
छोड़
my
के आया
colleagues
ना?
again, yes.
समझ रहे हैं मुझे
So,
What was it that you saw that you were like, yeah, this is not a good idea, ye mat karo.
Rahul Gandhi, as opposed to what many people feel, is not an empathetic, intellectual, well-read, or well-meaning person. The biggest lie or the biggest narrative or the biggest propaganda that is spread around
Educated,
is that
educated,
chalo,
educated.
Modi is a hardcore politician, Modi is ruthless politician. Rahul can't be this ruthless. Rahul अच्छा है, नहीं हो पाता उससे, पर राहुल तो अच्छा है. नहीं, राहुल अच्छा नहीं है. राहुल अच्छा कतई नहीं है. Firstly, to be where you are, whether it's the position of Prime Minister Modi or whether it's the doldrums in which Rahul Gandhi is, how you are as a person plays a very big role.
Yeah.
कि
A
आप
good person eventually succeeds,
yes
and
point.
people who are horrible are usually going to face horrible circumstances in their life. Secondly, Narendra Modi is Narendra Modi because he is democratic, he is tolerant, he is more inclusive. Let me give you 2 or 3 examples. I in Congress party used to say so many things about him. Narendra Modi did not judge me because I said those things about him while I was in the Congress. He saw that there is talent in this boy. He spent some time outside the Congress. He's been doing his work. He has some talent. He can contribute. Chalo aa jao saath mein. On the other hand, you have a range of Congress people who have spent their lives, their generations, picking up the slippers of Gandhi family.
Slippers
And one article they write, Sanjay Jha has been suspended for one article. One article, he has been suspended for lifelong. Congress party has taken so many other people, they don't want to take him back.
Yeah.
So which party is more democratic? Who's more tolerant and
point to be
inclusive?
noted.
Just now, Prime Minister shared a meme.
Yeah.
You've seen that,
हाँ
right?
वो मीम बहुत वायरल हुआ
And
था ना डांस वाला वो मोदी जी का
Somebody
walk
else's
करते हुए.
meme is shared. She immediately gets the Kolkata police to give you a notice.
Yeah. No, disclose your location.
Location, yeah, it's threat.
ममता
And
बनर्जी की
who's
बात.
more tolerant?
Yeah.
And
ये चीज होती है
why
democracy.
does, look at who's around Rahul Gandhi as a team. If you can take few names, I don't even know because every day is losing somebody. But while you're thinking of the names, look at the team of Modi. Modi has a Jai Shankar.
एस जयशंकर सर
He has a
Exactly.
Ajit Doval.
अजीत डोभाल
He has a Nirmala Sitharaman.
Rajnath
He has
Singh.
a Ashwini Vaishnav.
Rajnath
He has a
Singh.
Rajiv Chandrasekhar. How come he is attracting talent which would make it
टैलेंट
or make the cut in any corporate or any other organization? These people, had they done a corporate job, they would be CEO level people,
किस लेवल पर होते
you know,
हैं
really doing it. And if he is able to attract all that talent, why? It's because he is not insecure. Because to keep talent with you as a leader, you
बहुत
have to be
फायदा होता है.
secure. That ठीक है. In my team there is this person, he may speak better than me, he may research better than me, he may do something better than me, but in all they're going to contribute to the team, so let them be in the team.
Yeah.
So in many ways, I always compare Modi to, and I know many people won't like it, but Dhoni's leadership skills.
Oh,
in that
ये बहुत
sense.
सही बोला.
I mean, I know
लेके
people have
चलना.
different views about Dhoni these days. So I'm not getting into that aspect of it. I'm just only limiting myself to his captaincy abilities.
विश्वास
Yeah.
दिखाना.
So he's stoic. He lives in the moment. He plays for the moment, and he utilizes. He man marshals well. He's utilizing his team well.
Yeah.
Similarly, Narendra Modi identifies talent and marshals them in a much better way.
Grooming हर एक
As
चीज़
opposed to
साथ
Rahul
में.
Gandhi. And look at who's next to Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi is now surrounded by people like Yogendra Yadav, who wanted Congress finished.
Yeah.
हाँ
आम आदमी पार्टी.
He's surrounded by people who are taking him back centuries ago, which is not even the Congress position. Rahul Gandhi has essentially told that his grandparents and whatever his family has spoken of,
Right.
say on the OBC issue, on issues of Mandal, on caste census, etc., is all wrong. Who
Stamp
stopped
paper
caste
wala,
census?
हाँ.
It was Nehru.
Nehru.
Who took positions against it?
Yeah.
Mandal, Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi. Who hailed Savarkar as great? Indira Gandhi.
Yeah.
And Rahul has taken positions against all of his family
All of his
members
family members.
on the advice of these fly-by-night operators. So, just summing this point up, between Rahul and Modi, Modi is more tolerant, Modi is more inclusive, Modi says put merit first, which is very obvious. Obviously, Rahul won't put merit first because he's not a product of merit, he's a product of family. Surname. And Modi is most secure. And Modi, ironically being elder to Rahul in age, who is by the way not young by any standard,
Yes.
he's
हाँ,
50
ये
plus,
किस उस पे बोलते
is
हैं,
still
युवा
more
नेता.
youthful than Rahul.
More youthful. More
So he's with
energetic.
gamers one day,
Gamers.
discussing who's the noob
हाँ, याद
or
है ना
who's
वो?
able to do the grind.
हाँ.
And in all measures, it's Modi OP. So,
OP.
हाँ.
but
YouTubers
Rahul won't be able to pull that off. He won't be able to pull off a conversation with people younger than him as
Are
Modi
you telling
can.
me that you were not impressed by his speech on AI?
Or you, oh man,
सुन देगा.
Rahul Gandhi
Yes,
spoke
yes.
of.
Convinced me to vote for him.
I mean, I have never seen. You know, I have never
Next
seen
is
how
easy
you
and
could
big
connect
issue.
that to what Saddam Hussein's henchmen were doing in Iraq to blow up the Americans. I mean, to draw a link between the two. And I think he spoke of every network except Cartoon Network. And the only network he didn't mention was Cartoon Network. But at the same time, ironically, and I keep plugging Anna Malai, but I will do it shamelessly because at the same time, look at the clarity with which Anna Malai addresses the same issue when he's speaking to two young people. And he identifies the issues, he tells us what the challenges are, what the opportunities are. And that's the fundamental difference actually between BJP and Congress. BJP, no matter what view these Lutyens journalists make of it, is actually a platform which doesn't care about your background or where you're coming from. If you can deliver, the BJP is so oriented towards performance
Right.
that it will make use of you. So it's very clear. It's a very meritocratic, very very performance based system, and it's because it's very accountable system.
Yeah.
If you don't deliver, you're out. If you deliver, you go further.
Yeah.
So BJP is
Accountability
cutthroat
भी.
in the sense that it relies very heavily on merit.
Yeah.
Think about
Merit
it.
पे,
All
वो करती
most
है.
of our party presidents, you may not like some, you may like some,
Yeah.
but none of the party presidents are there because of family surname, and all of them have had some merit in
कुछ
that
अच्छा
political
करा है, कुछ ना
space
कुछ.
because of
अभी,
which they've
हाँ.
risen to the top,
Yeah.
and it offers that opportunity for anybody to rise to that top. Anybody.
Yeah.
जो सक्षम, ये सही बोला, जो सक्षम है जिसमें काबिलियत है वो उसको आगे लेके आते हैं.
नहीं कि बस खानदान का नाम
खानदान का नाम चला आ रहा है और
तो इसे भी उठाओ, ये भी अच्छा होगा, ये भी अच्छा होगा.
अंधभक्ति किसे कहते
और वो
हैं?
चीज तुझे मैंने अभी
अंधभक्ति का सबसे सिंपल सफेद है कि जरूरी नहीं है कि जो फैमिली सक्सीड करती आ रही है उन्हीं के ही वो आगे जाके उनकी फैमिली ही कैरी फॉरवर्ड करती रहेगी. अगर वो चीज, क्योंकि ये पॉलिटिक्स है, डेमोक्रेसी है, फैमिली बिजनेस नहीं है. पहली बात तो ये समझना पड़ेगा, डेमोक्रेसी है, आप देश के लिए कर रहे हो. और अगर लोगों का विश्वास नहीं आता, आपको सक्षम लीडर्स को भी देना पड़ेगा मौका, जो कि बीजेपी में आपने देखा है कि वो जो सही है, जो टैलेंटेड है, वो आगे लेके आते हैं. और यही चीज खासी होती है.
तूने बोला भी था कि मोदी जी के पास एस जयशंकर सर है, उनके
टीम
पास
अजीत डोभाल है, तो ये टीम होती है आप। और वो एग्जांपल धोनी का जो दिया उन्होंने बहुत सही दिया। आपको ये चीज
तो लगता है
भाई देखो ये देश है और देश सब जानता है, और आप किसी एक कम्युनिटी को सिर्फ प्रेज करने के लिए ऐसी बातें नहीं करोगे। और वो वाली बात थी ना कि जितना जो बड़ी आपकी वो क्या कहते हैं उसको, जितना बड़ी आपकी कम्युनिटी उतना ज्यादा आपका वो हक। ऐसे तो हक फिर आप समझ रहे हो। लेकिन यहाँ पर बात आती है देश को चलाने की, लोगों में विश्वास डालने की, ग्राउंड लेवल पर काम करने। ग्राउंड लेवल, अरे ऐसे ऐसे भाषण सुनने यार कि वोट मांग के चले जाते हैं, जिंदगी भर शकल नहीं दिखाते हैं वहां पर। ठीक है, ये कांग्रेस की बात कर रहा हूं मैं। और अगर आप
याद है उस बंदे का, उसने बोला कि हाँ हम मेरा पूरा परिवार अभी तक कांग्रेस को वोट दे रहा था। हाँ आते हैं बस, उसके बाद शक्ल नहीं दिखाते सालों साल तक भी। तो
और ग्राउंड रियलिटी आप देखो कितने लोगों के घर बनवाए गए, कितने लोगों का नल का तक पहुंचा गया, गैस की सुविधा हुई है। ये होते काम जो एक रियल में आप हेल्प करते हो ग्राउंड लेवल पर। ठीक है, और वहीं पर अगर आप ये बातें करते हो आज के युवा को, जो भाषण मतलब मैं तो कहूंगा ये पॉलिटिकली किसी भी तरीके से मुझे पसंद नहीं आया कि युवाओं को मैं खटाखट दूंगा पैसे हैं, युवाओं को ये मिलेगा।
लॉजिकल वाला होता
आप देश के युवा को मतलब खुद को तो आप खुद को युवा कहते हुए देश के युवा को आप मतलब एजुकेशन वाइज प्रोत्साहित करे बिना आप ये चीज कर रहे हो। और दूसरा क्या कहते हैं रोजगार। और आजकल भाषण में सुनता हूं ना हमें रोजगार नहीं मिला, मैं रोजगार फिर मैं उनके इंटरव्यूज देखता हूं ना, 12th की स्पेलिंग नहीं पता, MBA का फुल फॉर्म नहीं पता।
इससे पूछो आपने क्या पढ़ाई की है, मैंने 10th करी है,
लेकिन नौकरी सरकारी पूरी चाहिए।
कह रहा है कि मुझे अभी तक रोजगार नहीं मिला।
और दूसरी बात मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहता हूं, क्या आप सरकारी नौकरी ऐसे लोगों के हाथ में देखना चाहोगे कि जो वेल एजुकेटेड ना हो? तो फिर देश कितना पीछे हो जाएगा। सरकार आपके लिए सरकारी नौकरी लिमिटेड दे सकती है। दूसरी बात वो मेरिट पे होगी, नहीं तो सबको मिल जाएगी ऐसी तो, और एक लिमिटेड क्वांटिटी हो सकती है। और उसके बाद देश में एक एनवायरनमेंट क्रिएट कर सकता है कि मान लो टेस्ला कंपनी आ गई, ब्रिटानिया कंपनी है, पार्ले कंपनी है, हुंडई कंपनी है, मारुति है, तो वहां पर वो कंपनियां जॉब देंगी आपको।
जो मतलब मुझे इस टाइम पे क्या लगता है कि कांग्रेस का ना, राहुल गांधी का वो वाला हो गया है कि कुछ भी बेबाक में कुछ भी, बस एक बार जीत जाऊं। उसके बाद मतलब नहीं है क्या पॉलिसी है, बस एक बार जीत, तो एक बार मैं आ जाऊं बस।
इनका कोई भी लीडर तो रुकता नहीं है। अब
तो एक ना क्या बोला था कि वो लीडर अपने साथ लेके चल रहा है जो कांग्रेस को बिल्कुल खत्म ही करना चाहते थे।
नहीं, सोच का भी बहुत फर्क आ जाता है। बाकी ठीक है, उनकी राजनीति है, वो हिसाब से कर रहे हैं। लेकिन आज का जो युवा, जो प्रैक्टिकली युवा मैं उसको कहता हूं, जो एजुकेटेड है, जो कुछ करना चाहता है, जो अगर 20-22 साल का है और जो बैठ के खाना चाहते हैं, तो युवा नहीं है वो ऑलरेडी उस स्टेज में आ गया। वो अपने को रिटायर्ड समझ रहा है कि मैं तो बैठ के खाऊंगा। ये चीज समझो आप, ठीक है। और युवा प्रैक्टिकली आप सोच से होते हो, अपने जज्बे से होते हो।
एक चीज बता, एक नॉर्मल से देख रहा, एक बेचारा 60-70 साल का मजदूर है, बूढ़ा है, ठीक है,
लेकिन उसमें
नहीं
कमाने की
वो लेबर चौक पे खड़ा है अपनी मजदूरी के लिए, ठीक है, कि मैं जाऊंगा रोज। वहीं पे जो देश का युवा मस्त पड़ा हुआ इंस्टाग्राम और वो चला रहा है।
युवा ना एज नहीं होती, सबसे पहले मानसिकता होती है, आपकी सोच होती है, आपका जिगरा होता है कि आप मेहनती हो, आप कुछ करना चाहते हो लाइफ में। ठीक है, कल को मैं भी कह दूंगा सरकार दे देना मुझे यार 25 से 1,000 रुपए दे देना और राशन दे दे और बिजली फ्री कर दे, पैस की मजे ही मजे। ये जिंदगी नहीं है दोस्तों, ये जिंदगी नहीं है। फिर ये पॉलिटिक्स नहीं है, ये तो आप डिपेंडेबिलिटी कर रहे हो। यही आप ये
तो
फिर तो ये नहीं एग्जाम्पल, ये फिर अपने घर वालों से कह दिया करो ना, आप कमाते रहो, हमारे लिए जोड़ जाओ, मेरे को नहीं करना काम, मैं तो मजे लूंगा। आप घर वालों से कह के देख लो, घर वालों की तिजोरी खाली हो जाएगी। और वैसे ही अगर आप वो सोच रहे हो तो देश की तिजोरी खाली हो, देश की तिजोरी खाली हो जाएगी। क्या चाहते हो, आपकी देश गिरवी रहे किसी के आगे, या IMF से भीख मांगे पाकिस्तान की तरह?
इससे पता है क्या होगा? नहीं, इससे जो मान ले 5-6 साल का इनका वो रहा, अगर 1% ये जीत गए, ठीक है, इन्होंने ये देना शुरू करा सबको 8,000 या कुछ भी है,
ये बहुत
मान ले एक बंदे को दे रहे हैं, कल को उसकी फैमिली बढ़ेगी, उसकी बढ़ेगी। ये इन्हें लग रहा है कि हमारे ये नहीं पता ये अपनी ही आने वाली जनरेशन के लिए गड्ढा खोद रहे हैं।
एक वो आता है इनहेरिटिंग टैक्स कर दें, जितना ज्यादा है देते जाओ।
वाह
भैया यार, आदमी कमा रहा है, मेहनत कर रहा है, कमाने की थोड़ा सा होना चाहिए। ऑलरेडी टैक्स भर रहा है इंसान, हर एक चीज होती है। आप अपना पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू शेयर कर सकते हैं, नेक्स्ट पार्ट भी बहुत जल्दी रिएक्ट करेंगे। अपना पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू बताइएगा। बाय बाय, टेक केयर।